Okay, so a couple of reminders. If you need more help, you can always look up unit analysis or dimensional analysis on YouTube. Step one, write down what you know, is actually pretty simple. Sometimes in math, they'll say that's your given information. So if you're converting from, if they say convert 5 millimeters to meters, the given information is that 5 millimeters, or whatever you started with. Step two, we're going to multiply it by a conversion factor, and this is what I'm going to show you here. And as long as you set it up correctly, the very, very last step is really, really, really easy. It's just multiplication division. Usually it's just your math, and I'll show you that. So in this example, we're given 25.3 millimeters, so we're going to write that down, 25.3 millimeters. Second step is to multiply by a conversion factor. A conversion, there's the multiplication. A conversion factor is going to be a fraction. Don't panic. To do unit analysis, it's all about the dialogue in your head. The majority of people want to start by thinking math and plug in numbers first. People who plug in numbers first get this wrong so much, and they don't understand what's going on. The dialogue in your head should be as follows. We are trying to get rid of this unit millimeters, correct? So how do you mathematically get rid of millimeters? No numbers. Where do I put millimeters in the conversion factor? Okay, why do I put them on the bottom? To cancel those out. So whenever you are doing unit analysis, notice the very first thing I tried to do was cancel the units. I'm not bothering with numbers or anything else. What is the ultimate goal in this problem? Convert to meters. So I'm going to put what I want on top. Notice I haven't done a thing with numbers yet because this really isn't math. This is more logic. This is trying to figure out, set up our word problem. If I finish now, if I cancel out millimeters, what am I left with? Meters. Is that what I'm looking for? Yes. Now that I know it's set up properly, all I have to do is put in numbers. And what did I say about the measurements in this? These are going to be two measurements. What did I say those measurements have to be? Equal. So you can pick something. I could say 1 meter. Anybody know how many millimeters that is? Should. 1,000. So I put 1,000 in here. Could you have written 1 millimeter equals 0.001 millimeters? Wait, did I say it right? 1 millimeter equals 0.001 meters. Is that correct? Is it easy looking? It's a little more annoying to put a decimal in there, but as long as they're the same, it's okay. If these two are the exact same measurement, did I change the value of my overall measurement? If the top is the same as the bottom, this is conceptually multiplying by the number 1, isn't it? Same thing over same thing is 1. So 25.3 millimeters times the concept of 1 doesn't change the measurement. All I did was change the units. So the value of the measurement is still the same. When I punch this in, 25.3 divided by 1,000, remember how you do that? Multiply by fractions, you multiply the tops, so 25.3 divided by 1,000, and that's where tells you exactly why you move the decimal when you're doing this. So 0.0253, and that's all I have to write down for my answer, right? I'm shaking my head no. Got to put the units. I didn't leave myself very much room, so I'll put meters down here. Always include the units with your answer. That's really, really important because this isn't math, this is measurements. This is science trying to figure measurements out, okay? Since setting these problems is all about dialogue, what's the first thing you're going to do? Write the given information, 47 inches. Do you know the official abbreviation for inches? IN or The little quote marks like that. You ever seen that? Okay. I'll just go ahead and do IN for inches. And we're going to multiply by a conversion factor. This is something that should be done every single time. Doesn't matter what you're doing, it's easy. Here comes the dialogue. No, do not write. Uh-oh, falling down in the dialogue. Do not write what? The numbers. What are we trying to do first? To what? Cancel inches. Good, I think that's what y'all said. So we're going to cancel inches, right? And we're going to convert to yards. Here's the dialogue. If you are experienced with this, you can kind of plan ahead a little bit. In order to think of this, listen to what I'm saying here. In order to convert from inches to yards, I need to know what? How many inches are in a yard? In case you forgot, and don't forget, we're going to use the metric system most of the time, so it won't be this difficult. There are 36 inches in a yard, but let's assume that we forgot that. I'm going to show you a two-step method. If I don't remember how many inches are in a yard, you should know how many inches are in a foot. So I'm going to convert to feet. If I cancel everything out, if I cancel inches out, am I left with the units I'm looking for? No. So this is not done. Now I need to get rid of feet. We're going to get rid of feet by multiplying by another conversion factor. We need to get rid of feet. How do you, and I set that up. I drew that out there for you. How do you get rid of feet? Put them on the bottom. And now I can convert feet to yards. These may not be the official abbreviations, but that's okay. We're going to use metric. All right, what's the last step? Numbers. Oh, I should do one more thing to double check my answer. Cross out feet, and I'm left with yards. Is it yards over 1, or is it 1 over yards? Yards over 1. So it's just yards, and that's what we want. So everything is good. Now we're going to do the numbers. So in this first one, I need a ratio of feet to inches. 1 what? 1 foot equals 12 inches. I want you to hear that dialogue that I just said. This is the stuff that you should be saying to yourself. You should be saying 1 foot equals 12 inches. Do not think 1 foot over 12 inches, because you probably don't really have a concept of knowing that it should be this over that. You should think 1 foot equals 12 inches. When we do stoichiometry December, January, you're going to have something and something in a conversion factor. And as long as you remember that is supposed to equal that, it will go very smooth. Otherwise, you're going to wonder what numbers to put there, because you're not going to have a clue. When you use the word equals, when you're writing your conversion factor, you make it so much easier in the future. So what equality am I looking for over in these two? 3 what? 3 feet equals 1 yard. Now notice he did not say, I know you couldn't hear it on here, but he did not say 3 and 1. He said 3 feet. Say the actual units along with it. When we do stoichiometry, we're going to have things like hydrogen and carbon dioxide and all these numbers, and you're going to actually want to write all of those down. Otherwise, you get the numbers confused. So what's the very last step here? Multiply. So this is, I'm just going to write this out. You should be able to do this no problem, but when we have bigger problems, remember the top is going to be 47, and the bottom, so 47 times 1 times 1. What's the bottom going to be? 12 times 3 is 36. So my math, and that's going to be yards, that's all my math is 47 divided by 36. Do I leave it like this? No. So don't leave it in fraction form, leave it in decimal form. Do you know what's wrong with this answer? What?
Sig figs.
Sig figs, excellent. Okay, so in this example, we are, notice these right here? 1 foot is exactly 12 inches, is that true? Okay, so in the conversion factor, since those are exact numbers, those are infinite significant digits. Exactly 1 foot can be written as 1.0, can it? Is it okay to write 1 foot as 1.00? 1.00000? It's infinite. Same thing with the 12. So infinite significant digits are not going to factor into our significant digits when we're calculating. What is the measurement in this problem? This is our measurement. 47 inches was our measurement. How many sig figs are in that measurement? 2. And what's the rule for multiplying and dividing sig figs? The same number as the least amount. Well, there's only one, so I need to round this to 2 significant digits. You start at the biggest number, work your way down, and you have to round. Now, can I just cross that out, 0.556? You have to round. What does that 0 do right there? Does it round up or down? Does it make the 3 stay the same, or does it go up to a 4? 3 stays the same. So I'm going to write my answer as 1.3 yards. I know I'm writing it all out. And that is the correct answer with significant figures.
So sig figs is, yeah, like 3.
Excellent question. If my original measurement was, say, 47.0, that means I measured to the nearest tenth of an inch. So if this had 3 sig figs, my answer would be the first 3, but that 5, you can't just erase, it rounds that, so it rounds that up to a 1. So my answer with 3 sig figs would be 1.31. Perfect.